So 10 o'clock I'll have my fish, 12 o'clock I'll have fish and a rice cake, 2 o'clock just before I train I'll have my fish, 4 o'clock fish and a rice cake.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Good girl. Good girl.
What's the dog situation?
So, I don't actually own a dog, but there seem to be 2 dogs in my house. We've got Topper out here, 9-year-old lab, that's Melissa's dog. She's pretty flawless, well behaved. And then we've got this young one here, Poppy. That's Florian Leon's dog. They're out in Miami for the first PTA race of the season. And they're not exactly getting on that well. They're doing alright. They're not best friends just yet, but probably the worst night's sleep ever. Poppy was quite unsettled, and so lots of time in the bed, lots of time without a duvet. So we're feeling great. Got double threshold day, but we thought we'd also do a full day of eating, because that is something that I get asked time and time again. How do I fuel my sessions? It's something that I've changed a lot throughout the past sort of couple of months, basically trying to figure a few things out. So we thought today we'd jump in and do a bit of that. So obviously fueling as an athlete, very, very important. You want to make sure you get in enough and fuel for the sessions, but a top tip for anyone out there who is trying to do some content as well, got to keep your cameramen fed, so double portions today. So, big bowl of porridge. Thanks to Florian Leon, actually. This is a Secret Santa present, this big bowl, which is very, very useful for breakfast. So, porridge, what we got, mixed frozen berries, raisins, banana, and quite a lot of maple syrup. I find this is a pretty decent breakfast for me. I have the oats with water instead of milk, because I'm trying to reduce my dairy intake a little bit, just because I've found that can be problematic with my stomach. And any long-term viewers will know that I have had some issues with my stomach. So this is why we're kind of doing this video, and we're chatting a bit more about nutrition, because I'm kind of diving into a few more things and being a bit more specific with things. So you'll see that I was weighing stuff out, and I'm going to be putting it into my My Training Pal. It's called My Training Pal, isn't it? The app. 2 seconds.
Tomorrow I'll cut it.
My Fitness Pal, there you go. So yeah, you saw me weighing out the food as well, and I'll put it into My Fitness Pal, which I've been tracking calories for maybe a couple of months now. And the reason for that is to just keep me accountable. Otherwise I find it very easy to go off track, or maybe find that I'm not eating enough, or not eating enough with the right stuff anyway. James has currently got a dog behind him.
Getting attacked.
So yeah, I find this is a really good breakfast for today. We've got a double threshold day, not crazy volume, so it's a good day for us to do some filming, but quite high intensity. So I want to get in a good breakfast. If I had a run to do, I would probably opt more for my race day breakfast, which is toast and jam, because I find that sits on my stomach a little bit better. This is perhaps a little bit too much fibre, but today we're swimming and we're biking, we're not running, so good to have oats. Or if you're American or from somewhere else, call it oatmeal. It's bloody porridge, isn't it? That's what it's meant to be called. normal people do drink coffee, don't they, James?
Yeah, no, but
Yeah. But you'll notice black coffee. I've cut out the milk from my coffees now, again, just as a bit of a habit to reduce the amount of dairy that I take on board. And what's nice is this morning it's a little bit more chilled of a time to start training. So we've got the pool booked at Bath Uni for 11 o'clock. If I had anything easy, I'll do that before this, but I've got a hard bike session. I want to make sure I hit the swim well and have like some confidence inducing time, so I didn't want to do the bike session before. It means we've been able to have a bit more of a relaxed morning, chill out a little bit, try and get myself a bit energized for this swim, and then yeah, we'll crack on with the rest of the day. So for the rest of this video, we're obviously going to be showing you guys what I'm going to be eating during a day. Now, I do want to stress that this is not like every single day looks exactly the same as this, but it will be a variety of this. Like I said, if I've got a run session to do, then I would maybe opt to have toast and jam. If I've got something else in the afternoon, I might opt for a slightly different lunch, but it will be predominantly similar stuff that you'll see today that I have every single day. And it's basically just fueling up for the training, making sure I'm feeling good, but having good like nutrient dense foods. I think that was where I was going wrong in the past, was just kind of filling myself full of not the best type of stuff, really. Had a bit of a pep talk from my strength coach, Tom Crudge, and got a bit of a telling off. So I'm basically trying to fuel up really well now. Feeling a lot better in myself, feeling a lot more energized. So we're gonna probably have maybe a little snacky snack before the swim, maybe some sort of toast or something. Swim, come back, bosh some lunch, do the bike session, and then we'll prep dinner after that. And plenty of water as well. That's another thing. You can get away with drinking coffee until, about 2 in the afternoon, and then it's very easy to find that you've just drank coffee all day and you haven't drank any water. So staying on top of the hydration is key as well. Threshold swim, first session of the day. Had a decent breakfast, but I'm going to make sure I fuel up with some race nutrition, precision hydration gel. Got 2 of these. Whether I'll get through both of them, don't know, but it's always good to have them just for those longer, harder sets, especially we've got hard set later on today as well, so I'll keep fueled up. Swim session done. Had one of these bad boys during the set. Normally I wouldn't have one walking to the car, but we've had to park bloody miles away. So all you uni students hogging the free parking, so this is for the walk home. And then we'll get some lunch on the go, because I'm very, very hungry. I'll show you all about that. Probably need to stop at a shop, but will you be bothered? We'll probably have to go to the shop as well. This is the problem, when you eat a lot, you go through food very quickly. So we'll probably nip to the shops, stock up on some sustenance, bosh this gel, and get some lunch on the go, baby, and have another coffee. Thanks, Poppy, I'm feeling absolutely bloody knackered.
Leon's gonna love you.
Yeah, Florian, Leon, sort your dog out.
Ooh. Brother, ooh. What's that?
Everyone knows when you scramble eggs, you almost need to do double because they shrink in size.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're doing a dozen eggs. Spinach. James is a child, so we're not allowed to do mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like mushrooms. So
Can I just say I'm allergic to mushrooms? That would make it much better.
Are you actually allergic?
Yeah, I'm allergic
No,
to
you're
it.
not.
Yeah,
You're a
no.
liar. Shut the fuck up. But instead, what I'm going to do is do extra mushrooms later, and we'll have a courgette.
If you can get into the packet.
When you get into the packet.
Oh, that's swimming.
Oh yeah! 100 grams of spinach, I remember that from MyFitnessPal. Just chuck it in. Chuck all of that in, wilt that down. Just bear in mind I'm cooking for 3 people, not just one. So lunch normally is a variety of scrambled egg. I've got some sourdough. I try and get like the best quality bread that I can. I do have some like white shitty bread here, but for the most part I'll try and stick to like good quality sourdough. If it was just going to be like, if I had a run session later, for example on Tuesdays when I got track at 7 in the evening, I won't have any veg with it. I'll just have my eggs on toast, maybe some other bits of protein with it, like we've got ham or something else, but I'll just keep it nice and simple to reduce the amount of fibre. But because we've got a bike session today, I don't need to stress too much about having more fibre. So we've got spinach in here, and then I've got some courgettes as well. Just going to wilt this down, and then we'll add the eggs. Be a decent quality meal before the bike session. And we've gone to the shop to get some stuff for dinner. So we'll have a risotto for dinner. We've got leeks, mushrooms, chicken. Got some ham in there as well, but we'll probably load the ham. Probably have some ham with the eggs as well. That'd be quite nice. And yeah, just a simple lunch. I don't really like spending too long in the kitchen in the middle of the day. I'm quite happy to do a bigger meal in the evening, but in the middle of the day I like to keep it quick, snappy, simple, easy on my stomach. I did go through a phase of having avocados with my eggs on toast. That was really nice. Absolutely love avocados, but did not agree with my stomach. So I've had to go through a bit of trial and error to figure out what works well for me. Unfortunately, avocados is not something that works well for me, so I'm avoiding avocados, which is unfortunate because I do really enjoy them, but got to think about the training, and I don't want any stomach issues, so keep it simple. I'm making an absolute mess of this. Filled to the brim. I'll admit my mistakes. We season, yes, with salt and pepper. Eating good doesn't have to taste like shit. Although I'm sure I'm going to get loads of comments in the comment section because this topic is always controversial. So there will be people that disagree with this diet. You can call it diet, it's just the way I eat, the way I'm trying to eat at the minute. But there's always people with opinions. People, please do share your opinions in the comment section below. It's always interesting. Yeah, just trying to eat good. I'm sure everyone's going to say this is far too many eggs. It's lovely. Look at that. Bloody Gordon Ramsay over here. Lots of but so I'm not known for making meals look pretty. Oh, dog. So I'm not known for making meals look pretty. This doesn't look massively aesthetically pleasing, but should do the job. Most important ingredient now, James. That's yours. Where do you want your ketchup?
Just shove it on.
All over. Just shove it on. Should we do a bit of...
Yeah, that looks how I'd normally do it.
Actually, that, you know what?
You should work in a patisserie, I reckon. That was
I mean,
class.
That's alright, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, bon appetit.
As they say in France.
I said, don't they, Poppy? You're French. Bosh. Good audience. Poppy, I don't like it. How are you breathing like that?
What are you doing?
I'm still hungry. We're gonna have to be quiet because Melissa's on a work call. I've got some black coffee, I've got some sourdough and some Nutella.
Thanks for offering.
Get the extra calories in, you know. It's bulking season.
Not you, it's wrong.
So at least with the 90s I can... Good job. Second threshold session incoming.
You swearing?
Yeah. We've got just over 90 minutes on the bike, and obviously I had decent fuel for lunch, so feeling pretty full up. If the session was maybe 2 hours or over, maybe 2.5 hours or over, I'd always prep like race bottles and race nutrition. But because it's 90 minutes, you know, it's a threshold set, but it's not too long. So I've just got an array of a few things. So I've got a couple of gels here, just so I can kind of pick and mix. I don't need to be too specific with my intake, like I said, just because it's only really 90-95 minutes. Got a litre of electrolytes though, that's going to be important. And yeah, that should do me for the session. Just some water here, so I'm not really worrying too much about specific intake because, like I said, I had a really decent lunch, a good amount. So it's just about having stuff here so I can dip into it if I need to. But I'm not too concerned about making sure that I eat a certain amount on the bike just because it is a slightly shorter session. I'm hurting already. Dusty. Yeah, that's that. That should not have been as hard as it was, but I got a little bit emotional there. A couple of tears.
I was there for support.
Yeah, we got it done. Didn't actually dip into any of the gels because I probably didn't leave it long enough between lunch and the session. So, if anything, I still feel quite full. But we got it done, and probably gonna bosh a protein shake, and then we'll have dinner later. Everybody want to be a big bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift no heavy ass weight. If no one gets that reference, do you get that reference?
There's a few references in here today, aren't there?
Yeah. Lightweight, baby.
Lightweight.
Hello. It's not for you. No.
Bosh.
Bosh. Okay, so it is only 5:30. I'm not going to have dinner just yet, but James has got 2 young girls and he needs to get back home, so I'm going to finish the video for today, but I am just going to show you guys what I'm going to have. For the most part, I like to keep things fairly simple, and risotto is pretty good because it's a one-pot wonder. Less washing up for me, which is always good. So we've got risotto rice, we've got our protein from chicken, I'm going to have some leftover bacon, I'm going to chuck the rest of that ham in there. What have we got? We've got some leeks, mushrooms, courgettes, peppers, peas, and then I've got a bit of creme fraiche as well. Going to put probably a chicken or a vegetable stock in there, and that should be pretty good. That's kind of got everything that I need. And like I said, it's a one-pot wonder. I really like doing a risotto because it's just, you can pick up random things that you've got in the back of the fridge, chuck it in, and it's normally pretty good, pretty simple, pretty easy. So these are all the ingredients I'm going to use, and then I'm going to put this together and film a little bit of it, film the finishing product so I can actually prove that I have eaten this. Like I said in this beginning of this video, this is an idea of what I do have. I don't have this every single day, but I have a variation of this. In the evening meals, I do like to have a little bit more kind of veg, a bit more fibre from this sort of stuff, because obviously my next session is going to be the following day. Whereas, like I mentioned earlier, if I've got a run session, let's say it's Tuesday and I've got the track session, I like to have less fibre, especially early on in the day. So my breakfast and my lunch can normally look pretty bland, pretty boring, pretty low on fibre, just because I know that I'm someone that does struggle with GI issues. So I know I need to control that. And I've found certain things, like I mentioned, like avocados and other bits like dairy and whatnot, does affect me a little bit. So I need to stay clear of those. But obviously the evening meal, I can actually come back to eating the more healthy side of things and get more veg and stuff in. So this is the plan. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to whip it up and whip it out. There we go, guys, dinner, one pot wonder done. Gonna add some crispy fried onions for a bit of texture and a bit of aesthetic. Does that make it look nicer? Probably not. I mean, I just like crispy fried onions. Check them on. That looks nice, doesn't it? What do you reckon? Bosh. So yeah, that's a good dinner, and I've got plenty left. Like I said, I really like doing big evening meals, or I really like spending time in the evening making a proper big meal, because it means then for the following day I can have that for lunch. You know, that'll do, well, that's pretty more than lunch, isn't it? That's lunch, that's 2 lunches. So that works out really well, because tomorrow's quite a big training day, so it means less time in the kitchen having to fanny about with making stuff. I can just microwave that and that'll be good to go. But yeah, really good evening meal, really good day of eating. So just showing you guys my fitness pal, where I've logged all my food, roughly 4,500. Now, this has obviously had to be a bit of a guesstimate, with obviously having leftovers in there, but it's roughly about right. Today's not been a crazy big training day, just double threshold, but yeah, good amount of food. I'll probably add to this anyway, because it is currently just coming up to 8 o'clock. I'll bosh this, and then, to be honest, in maybe an hour or so, I'll be hungry again. I'll want something sweet before bed, so I might have some toast and jam. So I'll ramp that up a little bit more, but yeah, good day of eating, guys. So there we have it, guys, a full day of eating. Please let me know what you think in the comments section below. Like I said, I'm just doing a bit of trial and error at the minute, making sure that I'm eating good. I'm eating a good amount for me, and I'm making sure everything is right for me. Nutrition is one of those things where everyone has an opinion on what's good and what's bad. If you listen to everyone out there, you pretty much shouldn't be able to, well, you shouldn't be eating anything, because everyone's got an argument for everything to be bad for you. So I'm just finding what works well for me. I'm sure there will be people with certain opinions. Feel free to comment in the comment section below. But yeah, we're feeling good, we're fueling well, we're fueling the training well. Let's dive into dinner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace. And Robertson.
And Bruiser. It's the geezer. You recording?
Yeah.
Fuck. These are all the ingredients I'm going to use. James is going to go home and tuck his kids into bed and
have a pizza.
Yeah, and have a pizza. Yeah.